Yasujiro Ozu was born 1903 in Tokyo. Ozu had begun making films in the silent era, which for Japan lasted until 1938. Western countries at this time had long begun making films with sound. Ozu's most famous work, and certainly one of his masterpieces, is Tokyo Story. It was created in a time which was seen as Japan's golden era, the magical 1950s. At this time in history, a few impressive films came out, like Rashomon and Seven Samurai. Unlike these films, Tokyo Story was only given its due recognition in Western countries, after Ozu had passed away in the 1960s. Tokyo Story was directed by Ozu and also written by him and Kogu Noda, a Japanese screenwriter. Noda was most famous for working and collaborating with Ozu. Ozu wasn't always known for his calm, contemplative and family life dramas. He leaned towards comedy in his early years. His style and way of art was perfected over the years. Some believe that his last work was so perfected that it wasn't seen as art anymore. "The wide screen reminds me of a roll of toilet paper," said Ozu. Tokyo Story differs from other films firstly because it has simple plots and themes, displayed in simple ways. Unlike other films in the era that was over-dramatized and played on your feelings with music and acting, we as viewers see the actors experience pain on screen and it doesn't feel forced. We share in their pain softly and easily. Ozu transforms the everyday and normal, uneventful life into stunningly melancholic films. Nothing was too small to be insignificant. His focus was primarily aspects of personal life, family, and intergenerational conflict. Examples of this are Late Spring and An Autumn Afternoon. Many of his films took place in Tokyo. They were purely Japanese, shot in Japanese environments and homes, Japanese characters. He once said, "I can make fried tofu, boiled tofu, stuffed tofu, cutlets and other fancy stuff that's for other directors."
あんたもお父さんみたいにお医者さんか？あんたがのお医者さんになるこらおばあちゃんおるかの。
Ozu was the most Japanese of filmmakers, but his work crosses cultural barriers. It doesn't take a viewer long to recognize that they are watching an Ozu film because of his unwavering style and specific techniques. He disregarded the established rules and created a visual language of his own. He was artistically innovative. He created poetry from everyday existence. Ozu used precise composition, visual symmetry, and editing to tell his stories. Unlike other filmmakers who at this time used movement of the camera to create narrative, he let the still frame speak for itself. He would often use parallel lines and partitions, rooms separated to create spatial divides, frames within frames. Ozu was very detailed with his object placement within the frame. Characters would often be locked into frame, the sole observation of the frame. Ozu hardly ever moved his camera. He believed that by moving the camera you ruin the composition of the frame. He would only do this when the frame still feels balanced in nature. He created his own shot named the tatami shot. This is a low camera angle. It replicates someone sitting on a tatami mat's eye level. Ozu filmed almost solely on a 50mm lens. This is the closest lens to how we normally see. This adds a feeling that we are part of the story, not just mere viewers. Ozu unwaveringly peers into the hearts and minds of his characters until we feel we know them intimately. He seldom cuts away from a speaking character. It's as if every person has the right to be fully heard. The characters speak directly into the camera, and he often breaks the 180 rule. This way, it seems as if these characters are speaking to the viewer, and in this way, we are brought into the world and experiences. The style is contemplative and conscious. Just as he uses spaces, Ozu uses time. His editing style is slow-paced and meticulous. He uses long shots even when showing the mundane of everyday life. The spacing seems pensive. Ozu would link shots through irrelevant objects to the narrative, but relevant to the character's ordinary life. Ozu in Tokyo Story had an artistry to capture the intricacies of sadness.